on to Mystery Shears Part 2. If you haven't seen Part 1, you might want to go back and watch it now, or I'll put some links at the end. This is going to be sharpening for a sharpener who's sharpening for a groomer. It's a mystery whether we fix them. You're going to have to watch all the way through if you like these kind of videos. Subscribe, because they pop up all the time. I've got a lot of shears that come in from other sharpeners with problems that I might be able to fix and might not. So let's see what we do with these shears. I'd like to add that Jeff Pierce was here. He was being trained and was helping me with the sharpening. And I might have called him Bruce a few times on the previous video. Just count that up to old age. But it was Jeff Pierce.
Scorpions, last half inch, and pulls hair.
No, you're not the scorpion. This is the love.
Oh, okay, sorry. Catching at the tip, folding hair towards the bottom of the shears.
Okay, so we're gonna, let's cut some fur over here.
Fur, okay.
And you sharpen it just like the other one, right?
I sharpen it just like the other one, 35 degrees on one side, 40 on the other, at a 220 grit.
Yeah, the 220 grit on that serrated side. I normally would not recommend removing the serrations from a shear that's serrated at the factory, but on the last shear, part 1, which is a Kenchi, when we removed the serration, then it began to cut well. So that's why he's removed the serration, but he left it at a really coarse grit, the 220 grit. All right, I would say, is it pulling or is it okay?
Just at that very tip.
Do you think you want to try to bend that a little bit at the tip, or?
Oh, you know what?
Oh, it was loose.
It was loose.
Okay,
right,
that should fix it.
Just try it again. Nope, still at the tip, just a hair.
All right. Well, you think you want to see about one of the blades, see if it needs bending a little bit? So you're looking straight down at the blade, and one will be more curved in than the other one. One looks more straight.
This one looks more straight.
Okay. Was it the serrated one looked more straight?
No.
No, it was the other one?
The other one. This one,
okay,
I didn't take all the serrations off. I mean, there's still slight serrations on it.
Okay.
I figured I'd try that, and if it didn't work, then I can take them off.
Yeah.
Completely.
Well, let's try it. Since it's just the tip that's not working, let's do a little bit of bending there. Yeah, I hook them together. Just gives me a little bit more leverage. Yeah, I'm just not strong enough to get some of that bending in there that you're able to do.
Problem is I tend to over...
Still pulling a little bit?
Still that very edge. Like I said, everything else seems cut fine.
Let me look at that tip and see if I see anything interesting to it.
This had the same problem the other ones had, where the tip was rounded over a hair.
Yeah. This has got something funky right there, where it's quit bending. I'm thinking you might need to take those serrations off all the way down. Okay. I mean, I want you to look at this. If I turn it back and forth, there's something not like I come in and then it's like an indent and then up. So I think go ahead and take the serrations all the way off, and I'll come back and check on them.
Okay.
Okay, let's test these. Now, what did you do to them, Jeff?
I just resharpened them again. I started right from scratch, the divided lines, and resharpened them again.
Cut nice to me.
Serrations off.
Took all the serrations off.
Took all the serrations off. Yep.
Which is not the way I usually recommend, but if that's what it takes to make them cut, that's what it takes to make them cut.
Yep.
And what angle did you do them at?
40 for the non-serration side and 35 on the serration side.
Okay. And you used what grit?
I used a 240 grit.
240 grit on both?
On both,
Both blades, okay. Yep. And left them at a bevel?
Left them at a bevel.
Okay. So those are now working. I'm going to prove it and show you again. And I'm just pulling my thumb out. Yeah. Oh, these cut even better than the other ones.
Yes.
You said it took you a while to get them, huh?
It took me a little bit to get them, yes.
Okay. But those cut nice.
They do cut nice.
Good job.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Okay, so you ready to do?
I'm ready to do, and I think we have the same kind of problem as the other.
Yeah. Let me zoom in there so we can. And we looked at it earlier before. Yeah, it kind of slides down, doesn't
Right.
it? I hear people call that a banana blade because it kind of shaped like the end of a banana.
Okay.
So I might leave this running and let you.
Oh boy.
Do that one. Now, are you going to do it? This is a convex, or are you going to do it as a bevel? What do you think you might want to do? Now, this is a different brand of shear. This is a SharkFin.
Right.
So I think it was originally convex. But
these are for groomers, correct?
for a groomer, yeah.
Okay. I think it would be easier to do a convex, but
Why don't you try it up as a convex? Because that's what
it'd
they.
be easier to do as an edge.
It'd be easier as a bevel,
bevel,
but these cut pretty good once we got that outside burr off, except for the tips. So let's just go ahead and convex them. Probably 40 degrees, I'm thinking. Did you do a scratch test?
I did scratch test at 45.
45.
Yep. They seem to be okay.
Well, go ahead and go for it with 45. Let's see. I mean, we can always go back down to 40 if we have to.
Okay.
So I might let this run while you're sharpening. Would that bother you?
Yeah, a little, but that's okay.
Your face sitting in it, just your sharpening.
Just my sharpening.
Just your sharpening.
No pressure. Okay.
Get these ready to go back.
Yeah, I'm having the same problem here. As once I get to the very end, it curves way around.
So I'm copying Ramon Eichert, and instead of the bows, I'm going to the little twist ties. He uses gold. I bought blue because that's kind of our signature color for Bonika. In the early days with Bonika, everything we did was gold and black, and we've kind of switched to blue. I think mostly just because we like blue. What'd I do with those other shears that you sharpened?
They're under...
Okay.
Right there.
All right. Put little twist ties on those.
Well, again, I had the same problem with this one as I did the other ones.
Yeah.
Where they're just banana that the very end.
Yeah.
So I'm going down to a 240 to get at least a line all the way across, and then the 600, 800, 1200, and then the polish.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if we need to go back and do a little bevel then. No, I feel burr on the outside. Feel it. When I run my nail here, I know you don't have nails.
Okay.
But
let me get there.
Jeff has done everything he could to get these thinners to cut. Remember, we almost had him cutting at the beginning, but just not the tip. The tip is still pulling hair. We bent them, we sharpened them, new rod line. Explain what you saw was going on the tip before we go to the next thing. We're getting more drastic now.
Right. The tip came down, and actually there was material that was missing. It kind of curved down, so it wasn't a nice smooth curve, if you will. It was kind of like fell off the edge, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we're going to call it a banana tip.
Banana tip.
So it came here and then went
right. So I tried to move as much material as I can and tried to straighten it,
And it could have been the sharpeners before them.
Right.
But they just followed the angle and the edge that was on there, and you had to go back behind here.
Yes.
And gradually work your way down till you had a nice, even, nice, complete radius.
Yep.
Yeah. So now what we're going to do, drastic work, because it's still not cutting, even after all that. I told him, let's go for... I set a 220 at 35 degrees, and he said, let's go with 40 instead. So, yeah, let's do 40 on a 220 grit, and we're just going to... It's worked on the other ones. And bevel it, too. Just go ahead and bevel it.
Yep.
Now, that 220 is worn now, because you've already sharpened two shears on it.
Yes, I've done with this, so...
Yeah.
It's good up to about here, so I just got to get the rest of it.
Yeah, you're right. It feels like it's 5 o'clock, and it's only right at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Been a long day working on those, and then you did clipper blade sharpening training this morning.
I did. I enjoyed that very much.
But it cut fairly well until we got to the tip, though.
Right.
Yeah. That was why I didn't do that. Look at you go.
Yeah.
Now, can you believe it? He's only been sharpening really one day, because yesterday you rode with Jay.
Yes, I did.
Tell him about the day you had yesterday with Jay.
It was very interesting and very long. So, great experience. A lot different than what I expected. How things would go. So, I just thought it was a great experience. And if anybody can do that, I would highly suggest it. Okay,
what he didn't mention. Jay made $1,100 yesterday. He sharpened how many shears?
32, 33, something like that.
32, 33, because he was at a school, so he charged less than he normally does. He sold 2 pairs. And, but that was an unusually good day. How come you didn't mention that?
Well, that's business. That's your...
So how was it different than you expected?
I really didn't know what to expect. My vision of what I was going to do was a little bit different, actually a lot different than what we actually did yesterday. Mm-hmm. So it kind of makes me rethink of my strategy going forward, if that makes sense.
There was some sweet, beautiful women you were around too, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't deny that.
Is that overheating or is it okay?
No,
okay.
I'm...
If it starts getting too hot, we need to spray it.
Oh, yeah.
Now spraying it keeps it cooler,
Yep.
so it doesn't overheat. Also, your pads will last longer,
Right.
but it also makes more of a mess.
Nope, now it's just the
No?
last
Okay.
inch or so. No, there are times in my shop that I have to do the same thing. Sometimes it's just so
Hey, so you've been doing knives for about a year.
roughly, yeah.
These were probably more expensive shears, I'm thinking. So these are SharkFin, so we see these shears used by hairstylists and groomers both.
Gotta be kidding me.
No burr?
No, I have one spot literally right there. I mean, it's just, I got it right at the tip. I got it right here.
Sometimes if you're sitting on top of that screw,
Am I on top of it?
a little bit, you see that open spot right here?
Okay.
If your screw can kind of go down into that little open spot,
Oh.
that might make a difference.
That's called experience.
Yeah, and that keeps sliding with it.
Yeah, we'll have to fix
See
that.
if that makes a difference. I mean, we're barely on top of that screw. Yeah, there's little open spots on the clamp like that are for the screw to have a place to sit.
Oh, yeah. Yep, big difference.
That did it?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I'm thinking we might want to knock, before you take it out of there, do you want to knock the burr off with this?
Okay.
And you may push it to the outside, so
Right, then
that's
we'll touch
why,
it again.
yeah, and then you can touch it again without shaking out the clamps. Because every time you move it in the clamp, it does change
does
the angle
change,
a little bit. Yeah, don't overdo it.
Nope.
Just, did that knock it off?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so then you may want to kiss that outside a little bit. Yeah, and I think you're fine to go to something finer. And it's okay to use the cushion.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
because you can rotate to it if you want to and kind of camouflage that as bevel. That may do it. All right.
Feels good. All right, let's try it.
It's hard for me. My crooked finger, it's hard for me to cross my fingers.
There.
Let's see.
Here, I'll let you do the honors.
Okay, okay.
If
Let's cut through a paper towel
Let's paper towel
first.
first.
Yeah, I'm not feeling burrs on the outside. That looked promising, didn't it? Did it cut at the tip?
Tip.
Cuts everywhere
What's the tip?
but the tip. Let's try this. Let's try bending it
Okay.
a little bit so it crosses over a little bit more.
Okay.
So I'm going to bend it. I had somebody I was on the phone with today that was trying to bend. So if you make this, I want to bend this handle out to make the tips cross more. So I make this look like an arrow. And I'm going to, oh, that bends easy. Whoa. Well, let's see. Don't let me forget to put that ring back in there. Less is more. I keep saying that. I want to do the easiest, simplest things. Like last time I brushed the teeth. Let's just go over the teeth with this. Feeling a burr there. Now, sometimes on these thinning shears, I talk about ramping them. This is not a case where you would want to ramp them. This would be the opposite problem. And I don't know, maybe it's possible someone, because it didn't cut at the tip, they ramped them. But if you ramp them, it makes the blades touch even less.
Right.
Ramping is when they're catching. Well, I like that noise. That might have helped a little bit. It helped a little bit. Let's go do it a lot, huh? Burr. This is how I first learned to sharpen scissors. You kind of go back to what you saw, like people that get married, they raise their kids in the way that their parents raised them. Still pulling, but you know, I wonder if we ought to just stick with that, because that's a whole lot better. That poor little rabbit gave his life. Gave his life. Now look how it cuts that rabbit fur. I think that's fine. Here, you want to try it and show it's no trick?
Oh, that cuts nice.
Yay! You did it.
Yeah. That was a long haul.
It's been a long day for Jeff. I think he did a great job. Put in the comments if you think he did a great job. He's having to take a break. He says it feels like it's 7 p.m. and it's only 3. But you've been working on it ever since we got back from lunch.
Right.
So from about 12:30 till now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So about an hour.
An hour each.
An hour each.
I didn't make a whole lot of money, but at least they're done.
These are going to mail tomorrow. And I think we all learned something from this very long video. I couldn't have done it without you, Jeff, because I wasn't strong enough to bend them, and they needed bending.
Yeah.
So it was a 2-person job. And thank you, Sharpener, for the opportunity to work on these. The biggest thing I saw is they were taking too much off at the tip.
Yes, agreed.
So, and the way they were pulling it across. And they're going back. I think that was, I learned a lot. Did you learn a lot?
I learned a lot today. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right. Hey y'all, I hope you're staying sharp. This is Bonnie Megowan, your red-headed sharpener here. And if you like this video, I try to post something every Monday. So make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you'd like to see more videos like this. If you're looking for the tools I used in this video, there's some product links and things in the description, and also you can go to the website www.bonika.com. If you've got questions or you want to connect with me personally, you can always put a comment below, but I've got a lot more links in the description below that will show you how to get in touch with me. I teach in person and online, as well as, of course, these YouTube videos. And let's connect, let's learn more about sharpening together.